Hi everyone, I'm Xiangling from the Water Leadership Institute, class of 2025. Welcome back to our video series on how resilient leadership turns challenges into strengths with a focus on water rights and access. If you missed our first video, we talked about the two main regulatory systems in the US that decide who gets the water and how. We also talked about the challenges they're facing today, plus we got some leaders in the field to share their thoughts on what needs to be changed and how we can move forward. Make sure to check it out with the link above. Today, we'll be talking about how you, as a water quality professional, can get involved in important conversations about water access. We'll share a useful toolkit to help you better understand the issues and confidently take the next steps. But before we dive in, let's hear from a true leader in this field.
Hi, everyone. I'm excited to be sitting down with Anastasia Denton, a utility advisor at Moonshot Missions, a nonprofit that's doing really critical work on small and under resourced communities, improving their water and wastewater systems. Anastasia brings over 5 years of experience in consulting and has spent the last year plus at Moonshot, where she works directly with utility leaders, operators, and local governments, especially in places like Virginia and Alabama, with a strong focus on the Black Belt region of Alabama. One thing that really stands out about Anastasia's work is how community centered it is. She focuses on listening, collaborating, and helping local leaders, many of whom have been doing this work alone for years, develop long term, sustainable solutions. And she does this while navigating complex systems like funding, compliance, and community engagement. So, with that, let's dive in. But how does your team engage with local decision makers, utility managers, or the public during times of access?
Typically, our main objective, regardless of the type of community context, our main point of contact, whether it's the mayor, utility leader, operator, or, in a county sense, more of the actual community members themselves, our main objective and how we engage with them is through a concept that we call humble listening. And so I mentioned, the community that we're working with, they have staunch challenges that we're facing, and our job at Moonshot is to go in and help identify solutions and help the community develop a coordinated plan to reaching the solving of those challenges. But one thing that I should underscore there is that we're not coming in like Superman coming in, swooping in, saving the day from community members that are just like, I don't know where to start. Like usually our main step is to really go to that leader who is really a champion for those community members that they're representing. And so we start off with humble listening is what we'll call it, where we understand that you are the expert on your community. We really want to come in with a humble ear and essentially peer-to-peer knowledge sharing. Like we work with other communities across the country that might be facing things that are similar that we can share as an idea, but your community best and most deeply. And so that's kind of the lens and angle that we enter into the community with. And then from there, we think of ourselves as co-creating solutions alongside the community. And so whatever those solutions might be to help get them from a lack of access persisting within their community to, obtaining that access, and not only obtaining it, but making it sustainable. But it all starts with how we engage, and then we co-create that solution. Then we walk alongside the community with them really truly leading the situation, but we're providing that strategic assistance to help bring that roadmap of solutions into the implementation phase and on into completion and sustaining long term. So
Anastasia opened up about the challenges her community faces with water rights and access and the creative ways that they're tackling them. Her story shows that change doesn't happen at once, but step by step. That's why we built this toolkit to help you take your first step. Inside, you'll find quick stats on water shortages, interactive maps, sustainability tips you can use every day, sample questions for local leaders, and ready to go social media templates to raise awareness. Next, we'll break down each resource so you have the tools to create real impact in your own community.
Part of our toolkit includes a brief one-page summary with some key water shortage statistics and facts. along with the links that take you to each location where you can read more about each excerpt that we have here. For example, here we have nearly 30 million people live in areas where available surface water supplies are limited relative to water use, indicating a high level of water limitation. This is taken from the USGS website using a 2025 data set. We also have data from other government sites like EPA.gov and drought.gov. In addition, we included some excerpts from articles, including the New York Times and National Geographic.
When it comes to water rights and access, context is everything. That's why we've pulled together a set of mapping resources for you. These interactive maps show real-time conditions like drought severity, flood risks, or groundwater stress across North America. They also highlight where different water rights systems are in place. With these tools, water quality professionals can see the bigger picture, where shortages are emerging, where excess water creates risks, and how policy frameworks affect both. These maps aren't just data, they are conversation starters. They help you communicate urgency to the public, collaborate with decision makers, and plan sustainable projects that are grounded in local realities. In short, the mapping resources turn information into action, and that's the heart of resilient leadership.
Another item in our toolkit is a list of water efficiency measures that we have compiled. And we have broken this list out into two components, water efficiency measures for personal life, as well as water efficiency measures that you could potentially include for drinking water and wastewater treatment plant design and construction. We'll include both of these lists as part of the toolkit that you'll be able to download at the end of this video. But for right now, I'm just going to highlight a few of these items that we've developed into the list. So for personal life, a few of the items that we've compiled that you could use to incorporate into your personal life are simple things such as turning off the tap when not in use while brushing your teeth, shaving, washing your face. Avoid letting the water run unnecessarily. Some of these things may seem very obvious or straightforward, but there's things that maybe these small little changes we make in our daily life can make a very large difference if we all decide to make these changes together. Fix leaks promptly. So if you are seeing your water bill increase over time and you don't think you're using any more water personally, it's important to check for and repair leaks that could be occurring. Maybe you have a toilet that won't stop running, things like that. That water over time can actually add up and contribute to a lot of water usage. And then the next section is water efficiency measures for drinking water and wastewater treatment plant design and construction. So a lot of these themes are similar, but you could, as part of your project, consider the Envision Sustainability Framework, which is a framework that is specifically for large infrastructure projects that actually highlights a ton of sustainable and water efficiency measures that can be used in the process of design and construction for large infrastructure projects. That's a great resource to check out. Just in general, when selecting new treatment processes for both drinking water and wastewater, when doing a large analysis, consider which processes will use more water in the long term, as both process for primarily for cleaning, backwash, process water, all of those things. Just consider that as another component in the decision-making process. Also consider monitoring your facility's water usage via the water bill and compare to industry standards, nationwide standards, perform regular water audits at your facility, and things like that. So all of these are just examples of ways to incorporate water efficiency measures into your personal life and into potentially design and construction of your facilities.
Water rights can be complicated, but conversations are where real leadership begins. That's why we've included an interview guide in this toolkit. This guide is designed for water quality professionals who want to open meaningful dialogue with local leaders, utilities, and community members. It includes sample questions tailored for different stakeholders, like government officials, water managers, and advocacy groups. By using this guide, you'll not only gather critical insights about how water is managed in your region, but also build the trust and partnerships needed during these times of crisis. Think of it as your roadmap to start conversations that matter, and to position yourself as a connector between water quality expertise and water access leadership.
Water conservation plays a critical role in protecting our water rights and ensuring access for everyone. And today, one of the most powerful tools we have to spread that message is social media. Every drop truly counts, whether you're an individual sharing with just a handful of followers or an organization reaching thousands. The message remains the same. In our toolkit, you'll find ready-to-use examples of simple, effective messages that can make a real difference. If you're planning a social media campaign or just want to inspire your friends and family, you'll discover templates and ideas you can easily customize. And it's not just about water conservation. We also provide resources focused on wastewater issues, like what not to flush or how to prevent fats, oils, and grease from causing problems. So take a look at the toolkit, explore it, and most importantly, have fun with it. Because even if your post educates just one person, that small action can create a lasting impact.
Want to strengthen water leadership in your region? There are already many great resources out there, and we've put them together in one place. It is designed to make things simple. Check your Department of Water Resources for education and planning tools. Stay on top of reservoir levels, trapped snowpack, and precipitation with SNOTEL sites, and review flow and storage data from the U.S. Army Corps of Engineers. These resources are free, online, and easy to use.
We hope you find this video useful. Be sure to check out the link in the description to access the full toolkit. It's equipped with resources to help you take actions. Water rights and access are complex challenges, but with collective effort and resilience, we can make a real difference. Let's stand together and be part of the solution.